Welcome back to another video, and also the last video of this year. I know, right? Another year just flew by and so many new things happened. The biggest one for me was definitely switching jobs back in April, which honestly feels like it was last month, but here we are. Today is going to be a very chill day. I'm taking you along during our last work week of the year. We've put our regular projects on pause and we are in what we call an innovation week. Basically, everyone gets to explore new tech they are curious about and just have a relaxed time before the holidays begin. I'm personally diving into some AI stuff I've been wanting to check out for a while now, so yeah, grab a coffee and enjoy. Some people already left for vacation, that's why the office isn't too busy today. I am also waiting for the holidays because I'm flying to Greece next week and I'm really excited about that. Some of you might know that I am half Greek and I'll be spending Christmas down there with friends and family. And also I just bought an apartment there, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to see the tour that's coming soon. So now it would be time to go and get a coffee, but I actually stopped drinking coffee since I was sick the last 2 weeks. You might still hear it in my voice, so I'll stick with some tea today. As I mentioned before, I wanted to look into some AI stuff that's been on my mind for a while now. I recently read about Claude AI's computer use feature. Basically, it lets AI directly control your computer like a human would, which sounds pretty interesting. So I spent some time reading through the documentation and trying to set up a simple local test environment, but that was a little harder than I thought. Also, the API is not free, so I had to buy some tokens to play around with. After a while of trying to find why the local environment wouldn't work, I finally found the issue and started using the feature. I have to say that this is actually super cool stuff, and it's kind of mind-blowing seeing an AI control the computer like a human would. And yeah, maybe some jobs need to worry about this in the future, but then again, this is exactly why I chose this job. I really enjoyed trying to figure out new stuff that can help us or our customers doing our jobs faster and better. The idea behind this feature is actually super simple. Most AIs have some sort of image recognition function, and it basically does only that. You prompt something like search for some cat pictures on Google, and it takes a screenshot of the desktop trying to find your browser icon and moves the mouse to the point where it saw it. And this process will be repeated until it completed the task you gave it. Even though it's just a beta, I'm already seeing some really interesting possibilities. Imagine quality assurance, for example. You could have the AI actually use your software like a real user would, find bugs and automatically create Jira tickets with detailed descriptions and screenshots. Kind of sounds too good to be true, to be honest. A little bit later, I met up with a colleague of mine and showed him the computer use feature because he was working on something similar. We talked about a bunch of different use cases we might have in our company and prepared some stuff for the presentation. Anyways, it's time for some lunch. Alright, so after lunch we talked about some other AI features. A couple days ago I discovered the structured output feature from OpenAI, and this is a feature that's definitely very promising. The feature basically allows you to define a JSON schema with some fields you want to extract out of an unstructured data mass, like a PDF document for example. And the structured output function makes sure to only fill out those specified fields you have provided, instead of hallucinating some random big output. This way you can always make sure that your application can work with the response of the AI, making sure it's not crashing. I think that's a super cool feature and we definitely have some apps that could benefit from that. We also tried it out on the OpenAI playground to create a proof of concept before we present anything to our colleagues. I spent the rest of the afternoon documenting everything I learned and also the steps to recreate what I did today. We are all presenting our projects at the end of the week, which makes sense because that's what the Innovation Week is all about. Not just playing around with new tech, which is cool, but also finding stuff we can actually use. Whether that's improving our daily workflow or even better, creating something new we can offer to our customers, like the structured output feature, for example. I think it's really important as a developer to stay up to date on the latest technology and not only to rest on the tech stack you know and are very comfortable with. I also started preparing the presentation, but shortly after started packing up for the day. Before wrapping up, I wanted to show you something interesting that arrived recently. BenQ sent me their ScreenBar Halo to try out, and I've been testing it for the past few weeks on my home setup. This is not sponsored, but they did send it to me for free to give it my honest review, and I have to say, it's made quite a difference to my desk setup, especially during these darker winter evenings. It has two separate lighting zones. The front light evenly illuminates your entire desk space without creating any harsh shadows, and then there's this ambient backlight that creates this really comfortable atmosphere. I especially appreciate this during longer evening sessions when I'm coding or editing videos. What really impressed me is how they managed to design it without creating any screen glare. I honestly don't know how they engineered that, but it works surprisingly well. For the control, they included this fancy little wireless wheel that's battery powered. You can adjust both the front and back lights separately, changing brightness, warmth, and you can even save some favorite settings for quick access. They also have this little camera stand on which you can place your webcam on, but be aware that this is sold separately. Now, it is on the premium side price-wise, and if I'm being picky, it would be cool if it had some color changing capabilities, but that's really just a nice to have feature. What really matters is that it works really well in terms of providing comfortable and even lighting that's easy on the eyes, and it definitely does that. So if you're looking for a screen light for your desk, check out the link in the description, and thanks to BenQ for sending it to me. Thank you guys so much for watching and sticking around till the end. If you also want to see what I'm doing next year, please subscribe, it really helps a lot. I wish you all happy holidays, and I'll see you soon.